day. This is the video presentation of our research paper entitled Streamlining Dormitory Management, a QR code-based approach to attendance and point deductions through generated ID card. So let's start the presentation with the statement of the problem. We came up with the top issues encountered in dormitories. First is the manual recording of residents' information. Its equivalent weight is 3. Next is the paper-based traditional checking of attendance, furlough, and pointing system. Its equivalent weight is also 3. Lastly is the possible loss of physical records. Its equivalent weight is 2. So we came up with these top issues because, as we all know, dormitories are composed of many residents that are managed manually by one dormitory manager. The dorm manager records information about the residents, records of rooms and beds, water and electricity bills, income and expenses, and other transactions of the dormitory. The manual operation involves loads of paperwork which requires physical storage. Records are not highly accurate and reliable and are prone to human errors. Dormitory owners need an effective system to automate the management process in dormitories. The objective of the study is mainly to design and develop a dormitory management system with QR code technology. Specifically, it aims to first generate a unique ID card with a QR code assigned to each resident with their personal information such as their name, age, course and year, address, dorm number and room number, ID picture, signature, and emergency contact. Second is to manage the performance and information of residents and dorm managers. Third is to provide an online repository to mitigate the risk of physical records loss and avoid disruption of their operations. And lastly is to generate reports of residents' attendance, merit and demerit points, and furlough records.
Good day, I'm here to discuss the scope and limitation of this study. The researchers will generate a system software and a unique ID card which consists of 5 QR codes specifically made for students' profile, leave card, furlough, curfew, and area. This is used to mitigate the possible loss of physical record and keeping track of students' furlough if they are going to leave the school premises, and also their pointing system.
Now let us know what is the importance of this study. The proposed study is important because it aims to address key areas of concern in administrative and management systems, specifically in dormitories. By implementing the proposed approach, administrative burdens can be reduced, attendance tracking accuracy can be improved, and dormitory management efficiency can be enhanced. This will lead to streamlined processes, automated tasks, and data-driven decision-making. Ultimately, the study seeks to free up valuable time and resources for administrators, ensure fair and reliable attendance records, and create a better living environment for students. Although the benefits may not be immediate, they will become evident over time, contributing to an improved student experience and institutional success.
Next, we gathered and searched 5 existing alternatives and 5 literatures, which is related on our proposed system. These existing alternatives and literatures all had the same idea based on using biometrics, like automatic recordings of attendance. First, we compared the gathered existing alternatives to our proposed system, and some features of our system is different from the 6 existing alternatives, so the similarities are all used QR code-based approach. It can be scanned by mobile devices, automatic recording and tracking of attendance, and furlough, and the use of web application software. The difference of those to our system is the added feature, the generated ID cards for the students or the residents in the dorm, with a QR code that can automatically record and track the point deduction of the students. The fishbone diagram shows the problems that they encountered. Manual recording of students' information is their primary problem, represented by the prominent bone. The sub-bones consist of people, storage, method, and material. Manual recording and taking of information, point deduction, and furlough of students are the primary roots of the problem, resulting in a tedious and time-consuming recording, and a data loss because of physical storage, like using the filing cabinet. So our Gantt chart shows the process starting from analyzing a current problem, requirement gathering, requirement analysis, analyze processes, design reports, setting up the environment, testing and documentation, and the implementation of the system. The developers created the system in 5 months, from May 14 to 2023 to October 29, 2023. The developers interviewed Ms. Roan de la Cruz, one of the dorm managers of CLSU Student Housing and Services, managing the ladies' dorm 1. Questions were asked to know what problems they encounter in managing their dormitory, what additional features they recommend to the system, and how will they solve the problem. The CLSU Student Housing and Services don't have any existing system for each dormitory, and the problems that they encounter the most is the work that they do on a daily basis, which is described as a tedious activity such as manual recording and tracking attendance of each student every day, and manually tracking and checking of furlough, which is time-consuming for them. Since all of their records are paper-based, they sometimes lose them and have difficulties searching and retrieving them. To solve this kind of problems, they suggest an idea where they can easily monitor and track students' attendance, furlough, and point deduction of every student. The dorm managers want to solve the problem by having a system and a database that automatically records every student's information and easily tracks and monitors every student's attendance, furlough, and the remaining points.
The researchers will generate the system requirement checklist to showcase the inputs, outputs, processes, controls, and performance requirement that the proposed project should possess. So the table shows the inputs, outputs, and processes of the system.
This is the context diagram of the proposed system. The residents will request lodging in the dorm. The dorm manager will then confirm the lodging details of the residents and saves it to the system, and the lodging confirmation will be given to the resident. The resident will fill up a form with their info, and the dorm manager will save it to the system. After the lodging confirmation, the dorm manager will save the transaction of the residents to the dorm. Then the resident will receive the transaction receipt as an output. This is the level 0 DFD of the proposed system. The dorm manager can manage the information of the residents, manage the lodging, manage transactions, and request reports. Process number 1 is exploded in this slide. The dorm manager can add, search, modify, and delete the information of the residents. In the exploded process number 2, the residents request lodging in the dorm manager will then verify the request. After verification, the details of the lodging will be saved to the system, and the details will also be given to the resident as confirmation. The dorm manager can also view, edit, and delete lodging details. In process 3, lodging payment will be handled by the resident. The dorm manager can save, view, delete, and edit the transaction details of the resident, and the resident receives a transaction receipt. This use case diagram shows the interaction between the system, the resident, and the dorm manager, where the resident can make payment, request lodging, and the dorm manager can manage resident records, manage the lodging, manage transaction, and request reports. Lastly, the ERD of the proposed system. The proposed ERD has 3 entities: residents, lodging, and dorm manager. The residence entity has 9 attributes: our ID, our L name, our F name, our contact number, our address, our religion, our birthday, our birthplace, our status, and the primary key is the RID. The lodging entity has 3 attributes: LID, L dorm manager, L capacity, and its primary key is LID. The dorm manager has 6 attributes: DID, DL name, DF name, D age, D contact number, D dorm number, and the primary key is DID.
In our proposed system user interface, we have several components that cater to different functionalities and information related to the residents and administrators. Let's go through each component. Number 1. Resident's profile. This section displays essential details about the resident, including their ID number, name, age, contact number, address, year and section, religion, birthday, birthplace, and status. It provides a comprehensive overview of the resident's personal information. Number 2. Resident's furlough. Here, the resident's furlough information is presented, including their name, dorm and room number, destination, departure date and time, and arrival date and time. It helps track and manage residents' authorized absences or leaves from the dormitory. Number 3. Attendance of the residents. This component records the attendance of residents. It includes the room number, date, and the resident's name. It allows for monitoring and tracking residents' presence and helps ensure accountability. Residents' demerits. The demerit system tracks any infractions or rule violations committed by residents. This section includes the room number, date, name, area of violation such as furlough, curfew, or leave card, and the total demerit points accumulated. It helps in maintaining discipline and addressing behavioral issues effectively. Number 5. Admin's profile. The admin page displays information about the administrator, including their ID, first name, last name, age, contact number, and dorm manager. It provides essential details about the authorized personnel responsible for managing the system. Number 6. Resident's profile on the admin page. Similar to the resident's profile mentioned earlier, this component on the admin page displays the resident's ID number, name, age, contact number, address, year and course, religion, birthday, birthplace, and status. It enables administrators to access and manage resident information efficiently. Number 7. The resident's furlough on the admin page. This section on the admin page provides an overview of the resident's furlough details, such as their name, dorm and room number, destination, departure date and time, and arrival date and time. Administrators can monitor and oversee resident absences. Number 8. Residents' attendance on the admin page. This component on the admin page displays the attendance records of residents, including their room number, date, and name. It allows administrators to track and manage attendance data effectively. Number 9. Residents' demerits on the admin page, similar to the residents' demerits mentioned earlier. This section on the admin page provides details such as room number, date, name, area of violation, example, furlough, curfew, and leave card, and the total demerit points. Administrators can view and manage demerit records for proper disciplinary actions. Number 10, furlough form. This form allows residents to request furlough or authorized absence. It includes fields for the resident's name, dorm number, room number, destination, departure date and time, and arrival date and time. It serves as a formal way for residents to communicate their planned absences.